Hey, yo, what up, Cavs Nation? It's time to talk, bro. We got to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk, man, because this here Cavs team, I know y'all feel it too. They stressful, bro. They stressful. One night we look like an absolute contender, a top four squad in the NBA, one of the best teams in the East, blowing teams out, scoring 148 points on them, right? Donovan taking souls, Mobley doing what he doing, evolving, looking like something like a unicorn or something like that. You feel me? Being DPOY. Okay. Even Hunter done caught a body this season, right? We do all of that. And then every game, we got to come here and say, every other game, I'm sorry, we look and say, damn, it looked like they lost their game. It looked like they trying to find, oh, where my keys at? Oh, where my phone? Did I leave it in the car with my game at? This what they doing. Even after yet another crazy comeback win, yet again from our dear Cavaliers, powered, sponsored by Donovan Mitchell and his heroic efforts in the second half, but mainly the fourth quarter. I still gotta ask, who are the Cleveland Cavaliers? What is our identity? Do we have it? Are we working towards one? Are we getting closer to defining what really is our identity? So that's what we talking about today, y'all. What's up, y'all? Of course, it's your girl. It's Naj, your girl Naja Lee. You feel me? Represent Cav State of Mind, the realest Cavalier breakdown on the net, and the only place where hoops meet higher perspective. Each and every episode is powered by For Your Lenz, a lifestyle brand, empowering dope creators like you, dope people like you to move, live, and do all things with purpose and intention. So while y'all here, make sure y'all pull up, hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Hop into the chat and hit the subscribe. Help us get to 500 subscribers. We're growing here with purpose and intention over here on the Free Your Lens channel. So I appreciate y'all. Much love. Again, much appreciation. Now, let's get into the episode. Here's a couple things that we are going to discuss today. Okay, I ain't gonna hold y'all. This has been a Sunday of all Sundays for me in my personal life. Okay. So, that's beside the point. Everybody got things going on. Okay. So we're gonna keep it light today. And we're gonna go upstairs as always because this is the Cavs state of mind. So Mitchell saved us, right? Mitchell definitely saved us, okay? He's been saving us a lot this season. I told y'all before, early MVP candidate for me. The Cavs pulled off another massive comeback against the Memphis Grizzlies. No, we didn't have to come back from 16, but we did come back from 9, okay? And we have been down all game, the entire game. We come back in the fourth quarter behind Donovan Mitchell's 30-point takeover. Evan Mobley dropped 22 and 13, his bounce back game. But again, the biggest story and the biggest theme today is, do we have an identity crisis? Are we missing an identity? We're going to talk about Mobley's development, whether it's good or concerning. I love Craig Porter Jr. I love what Naquan Tomlin is doing. So we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to advocate for them a little bit. Things that needs to change immediately. Okay, we're going to talk about that as well. So again, welcome to episode 6 of Cavs State of Mind. Let's get it right on into the nooks and crannies. Okay, here we are today, y'all. Here we are today, good people. Y'all seen the game. Cavs beat Memphis by, 8 points. Okay, the score does not show you exactly what we witnessed in this game. So while I kind of talk to y'all a little bit about the game from my standpoint, let's go ahead and review some highlights. Okay, let's review some highlights. And yeah, because the game, it was a great game. It was an entertaining game, but my golly, was it crazy. So let's talk about some of the highlights. Let's look at some of the highlights together of the Cavs and the Memphis game. Okay, so if y'all didn't know, we had our, we down DG. Okay, y'all know that we down Strus. We're gonna be down Strus for a minute. And we are down Jalen Tyson. And I think that his concussion and his injury and his lack of presence on the team in the locker room, but his energy on the court, we're missing that. Oh, buddy, are we missing that? I don't even think that we thought how much we would need him now that he's not here and not available. Um, so yeah, big Donovan out here. He's fourth in scoring this year. I told y'all that potentially Donovan Mitchell can lead the league in scoring. I said that he can average 30 points a game. Okay. He started the season averaging 33. He is now averaging 30.5. And he has had some low scoring efforts this season thus far. Okay. While they doing a little ad, I'm gonna keep on moving around. When he doesn't score well, it's difficult for us to make those possessions, okay, those offensive possessions. It's very difficult. So when he doesn't, it's like, dang, what we doing? And so we saw that a little in the first half when our scoring is just wasn't clicking, right? That our shots weren't falling. I think we took too many tough shots. But more importantly, defense, defense. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about kind of what we saw in this game, but just what we're seeing from our Cavalier squad um so far this very, very, very young season. A lot of good plays happening here, right? Again, Ja Morant goes out early in the first half from a calf strain, right? So poor Ja is just he just it seems to me that he's just super injury prone. And we can relate over here being Cavs fans because we too have an all-star point guard that's super injury prone, right? So, it ain't on him, it just is what it is. So he go down to a calf strain or from a calf strain in the first quarter, and we don't see him again, right? He does not return. First quarter, it starts off competitive, and then it shifts. It shifts. Memphis takes control of this game early on, and they remained in control of this game all the way until the fourth quarter. So let's go ahead and fast forward here, okay? Because we're gonna get into this fourth quarter because the shenanigans yo, I just can't. The shenanigans that happens in the fourth quarter, not to my surprise, but to I was still shocked, very much so, because every single game, the last three games, shout out to Tessa Love always pulling up and supporting Calf State of Mind and everything for your Lenz. The last, three games, we've been coming back, bro. Every game, we have to come back and fight back to get back into the game, and it just becomes a problem over time, right? Over time, when we can't control the game, especially at critical moments, right? We look at the game of basketball as two separate games, the first half and the second half. Well, the first half, we lost that first half, right? We lost the first game, which is the first half. The second half, we got to make the adjustments, but we can't always wait to the end of the game to then turn it on. And it seemed to me, watching this game all the way through, it seemed to me that we were just playing around. I just didn't see the assertiveness until the end. Now, I do understand that we move based on the energy of our star, right? Our superstar, Donovan. How he shows up usually is how we follow up and follow through. When he has slow starts, sometimes we get off slower as well. But this is where the team comes in. Because I say all the time, Donovan can get his at any point of the game on anybody. I don't care how good of a defender you are. Very hard to check this man. Very almost nearly impossible because of his stature, because of his strength, because of the fact that he can finish with both hands. Of course, you're in the NBA, you should be able to finish with both hands, but he can break you down. He can step back. He's so strong, right? He can finish over the top of you. He can literally take the ball and literally bring it over the top of you. So when he starts off a little slow, it makes sense that we get off to a sluggish start as well. And usually the moment he picks up, our fire, our energy, and everything surrounding that picks up as well. So again, we are on a run of all runs. And we're going to talk about a little bit of the breakdown shortly. I just want y'all to see some highlights, because if y'all Cavs fans, y'all know, Cleveland fans in general, we stressed. This is a very stressed out city, mainly from our damn teams. They don't care about it. They care about us. They love us, but they don't care about our heart palpitations. They don't care about the flutters. Okay, they don't care about none of that. They just want to go out there and put on a good show, and I understand. Okay, but we were down 9, and then we end up winning this game by 8 against the Ja Morant less Memphis Grizzlies. No Desmond Bain. Yeah, they got Edie down there. They got Jared Jackson Jr., JJJ. Yeah, he went crazy too. But what we okay, so y'all, let's come on, y'all. Let's get right into the show. Y'all see the score, and y'all know the end score. So let's talk about it here. Okay. Mitchell again strikes again, right? This is what he does, and we love him for it. Okay. Cavs beat the Memphis Grizzlies 108-100. We were down 9 points for most of the game. We outscored Memphis Grizzlies in the fourth, 32 points to 16 in the fourth. We had a key run in the fourth quarter where we went on a 17-2 run with 3.5 minutes left, right? So these are all great things. So I'm not mad at that. Then let's talk about Donovan. 30 points, game high. 14 points in the fourth quarter. Played takeover basketball when the team needed life. I think that's one of his biggest attributes, is that he doesn't mind putting that cape on. I love me some Kobe Bean, right? I love me some Kobe Bean. Y'all know it. Love me some Kobe Bean. He don't mind. Shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace. He never mind putting on the cape. Oh, y'all ain't got it tonight. Give me the ball. Just I get the ball. I get us over the hump. Donovan has that same approach to basketball. I'll get us over the hump. Just give me the ball. I'll give it us over the hump. That's cool, and I love that mentality. But we need that same mentality from everybody else on the team, because this Cavs state of mind. So we got to approach this as a team. So when he takes over in the fourth quarter with 14 points, we love that, right? It makes us, on this most recent home stand, we're 1-1. We got to defend the home court. And so thank goodness that Donovan said, all right, let me put the damn cape on, put the James Brown cape on, Superman cape on, whatever you want to call it. Let me go ahead and get my team, because we cannot hold this L. Not to no Memphis Grizzlies without Ja Morant. If we lose to Memphis Grizzlies with Ja Morant, because they have been winning as of late. Ja Morant has been trying to turn the dial a little bit, remind people who he is and what Memphis Grizzlies basketball is. Okay, so approaching this game, I wasn't really worried, but I'm like, okay, it can probably go either way if Ja play the game, right? He started the game, didn't finish the game. Okay, so thank goodness, not to the injury, but thank goodness to the Donovan Mitchell, Spider Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spider Mitchell, who saved us yet again. Last episode, I started the episode by saying, you know what? Another comeback win from the Cavs. Shout out to Donovan. Every game. Am I gonna be saying this every game? Come on, y'all. We grow, elevation, progress. Okay, every single game. So let's talk about the missing identity, because it's getting hot in here. Okay, very hot. Consistent pace offensively. Remember, I said before, that the Cavs, when we do start well, so it's a tale of two halves usually. However, we play in the first half, we play completely different in the second half. So if we start well in the first half, it get tight. We get into ISO ball. We get into waiting around. Let's see what Donovan do. Let's just let Mobley take a bunch of silly shots. That's what we do. Okay. If we start out that way. If we start out slow, then again, it's like, let's let our superstars try to get us over the hump in the second half. So it's inconsistencies in the pace, in the flow of the offense. That's my biggest gripe. No balance in this offense. My biggest gripe. Now, okay, so let's talk about it. The defensive backbone, where is it? We have the backbone of a worm. I don't see any pressure being applied. Not literal pressure as far as pressing the defense. I mean, they don't fear us defensively. People feel like they can score and get whatever they can get their looks off, they can get their sets off, they can get their pick and roll off, they can get what they can get in the paint, they can hit the threes. Every shot they want is open. Look how what Miami did game 1. Every shot they wanted to get, they had it, right? And so I'm like, defensively, what's happening here? The defensive backbone is missing. The consistent pace and offense, our offensive attack is missing. Our offensive balance is missing. And then our structure without Garland, without our point guard, is missing, right? And then when you compound not having your main point guard and then your backup point guard is going to be playing 50% of the game or 60% of the game this season, right? Not playing back-to-backs, not playing any closely scheduled games, watching his minutes, can't play big minutes even if he wanted to. And Lonzo Ball. So we don't have our main point guard. Our backup point guard is inconsistent just based off health and reliability, right? They say the best ability is availability. And so where we at, that means that a part of the keys that's missing in our offensive flow is having that ball movement, getting everybody else involved, and understanding tempo, understanding we've been taking too many threes. Slow this thing down. Let me get into my big. And I need my big to do big man things. I don't need you dribbling through the paint and taking a fader away from the paint, away from the basket. No, I need my big. Mobley, sidebar. Mobley had a play where it was a fast break. He drove. It was a 2-on-1, right? He drove to the basket, power dribble, right? He spun to the left. So it was a nice spin in the post spin from the block. Spin, he passes out because he's looking for the three. Somebody else to make the three. I don't get it. You're 7 feet tall. You're on the block. Get big. There's only one option when you're 7 feet tall and you're on the block. Go up. Go up with strength. There are moments when he goes up and he finger rolls it. And you can just do that. It's not about it's the same 2 points. It's about the impact. It's about the aggressiveness. It's about the tenacity. And you have to set the tone. Finger rolls don't set the tone. AI finger roll. Steph Curry finger roll. Kyrie finger roll. DG finger roll. I could keep going. 7-footers, bang. KG, bang. What we doing? Rasheed Wallace, bang. Yeah, he can do it, but you got to bang too. In the Memphis game, we had slow rotations. Slow rotations, bro. No rhythm until the very, very, literally the very end of the game to the fourth quarter. And the rhythm that we had, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. I think the rhythm that we had, the best rhythm, is when key people are in the game. Key, we'll talk about it. Cavs didn't dictate anything in this game until the last 5 minutes in the entire game. Entirety? That's crazy to me, y'all. I don't know nothing but what I know, and I know that's crazy to me. Let's move on. Let's talk about Evan Mobley again a little bit. I talked about him a little bit, right? And I'm gonna touch on a couple things as this episode proceeds. So stick with me to the end, y'all. Mobley against the Grizzlies had 22 big points, 13 big rebounds. Great game. Great game. I'm still seeing that he is still shooting too many jump shots. Too many jump shots. I'm actually look up real quick. Mobley shots in the paint this season. I want to look up. Evan Mobley is taking fewer shots in the paint this season compared to previous years, with only about 50% of his attempts coming from within 10 feet. What does that say, y'all? Only about 50%. And when they say about, that's a round up. Only about 50% of his shots are coming within 10 feet. A significant drop from last season, which was 70%. So The majority of his shots from last season came within 10 feet. Now only 50 shots are coming within 10 feet. There's a decrease in paint attempts. The percentage of his shots from within 10 feet has decreased significantly. The shift in the shot selection. There has been a substantial increase in his pull-up jump shots, which has been less effective. Because when he's going to the basket, he's, instead of him continuing to attack, continuing to either keep his dribble or keep his pivot, what he's doing is settling for a drifting shot. This impacts his efficiency, right? This new approach has led to a decrease in overall efficiency and consistency on the offensive end. So one thing for certain, two things for sure. We said one of the missing identities is a consistent pace. Well, it's hard to be consistent offensively in your pace when you're big. It's taking too many jump shots. He loved to do the three. Hit the three. That's cool. You hit the three. But what's more impactful than you hitting the three, Evan Mobley, or you getting the 2 and 1, getting they bigs in foul trouble? So again, he's taking less shots in the paint. I'm not making this up. Reading verbatim. This is from Cleveland.com. This was an article that was posted on November 11th. So we're not making this up. This strategic change is a part of the coaching strategy to broaden his offensive game. So they want him to have a more mixed and diverse attack. I ain't got no problem with that. However, I'm big on once you master one thing before you add something else. Before you trying to improve your 3-point shot, improve that paint presence. Okay? Because when Wembanyama threw the alley-oop to himself and dunked it, when he spun off of Draymond and caught the oop and dunked it, that hit harder than any three he can ever shoot. And we done seen that man grab the rebound, dribble down, be the point guard, and take the step back three. We seen it. We done seen him at the end of the game. No, I don't need no help. I don't need no pick. Step back. Go ahead. I got it. 1-on-1. And I'm gonna win this one. And hit the three. But it's his paint presence. Because you an alien, right? Show me something. Show me something different. Anybody can shoot a three. A caveman can shoot and make a three. But when you in the paint and you showing drop step, up and under, I can get you from over the right shoulder over the left. I can finish with the left or the right. See, that's what Jared Jackson Jr. can do. Hit you with the left or the right. Now, yeah, he take threes, but he's strong. And we saw when he got you on that hip, it was over with. Okay? So a more aggressive Evan Mobley in the paint and not 15 feet. I'm talking about in the paint within 10 feet. That is what's going to help us help us get off to a good start, but also help us close the game efficiently and provide another attack for Donovan Mitchell. Because again, in the fourth quarter, that's his quarter, right? Just like we remember in Steph Curry world, we know the third quarter, that's his. They interviewed the players in the locker room after his performance against the Spurs. Dude said, God just blessed Steph. God bless. I'm wondering where our blessings at with the Cavs. Where are our blessings at? Because y'all naturally that. But I need to see where it looked like you do something that I ain't never seen nobody do. And that's what we need for us to beat them guys over there. Before we even get out the East, we need guys to do what we've never seen be done. Yeah, we won. But how we won in Cleveland in 2016, we had never seen done. That's the same type of that's going to have to happen this season or any other season if you plan on winning over here in Cleveland. It's going to have to be some remarkable shit. It is what it is. Say what you want to say, but this is a blue-collar city, baby. Don't nothing come easy to us. Everything is earned. Nothing is given. Shout out to LeBron James. The inconsistency remains, right? He got to start out dominant early. He cannot become passive in stretches, settling for those silly ass jump shots. It blows my mind. I hate him. Okay, not him. The jump shots. These 15-foot fadeaways. Who you think you what's my dude who played for the Blazers when Dame Lillard Lamar Dame Lillard was a rookie. Or you not Rasheed? You ain't one of them bigs, Chet Holmgren, or one of them bigs that just got the touch. KD. You not one of them yet. You can be. But until you actually get in that paint and let your force be known, let them you know you need to issue in a reminder. Hello, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Evan. I'm 7 feet tall. I could dunk on every one of y'all. That's what he need to be. That's what he need to be doing, but he not. The Cavs desperately need, and we won't win until he becomes this, is a number 2 next to Donovan, with or without DG, right? Donovan, DG is him and Spider got a connection, Batman and Robin, right? But we know how that play out. And we know Robin ain't that healthy. You know what I'm saying? Not because he ain't healthy. It's just because it's his body. It is what it is. Evan seems to be pretty darn healthy. So it's either he don't want to get, be in the paint and take the pressure, or he don't want to be in the paint and take the pressure. I don't know. We're going to find out as this season progresses. Again, it's very young, right? But I'm going to ask y'all Cavs fans, how much time y'all willing to wait on Evan Mobley? How much time are y'all willing to wait on the up and down, the in and out, the inconsistency? One day we great, one day we trash, one day we look like the best team in the league, or at least the best team in the East. The other time we look like we pretenders, we fools go. How long are we going to continue to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? It's like a yo-yo. We can't keep doing it, right? And so again, I told y'all before, understanding our roles, and I feel like we do have more clarity in what roles our role players have in the roles of our starters, but clarity is not enough. Now that you know your job and you understand the assignment, now you got to do your job, right, and fulfill your assignment every shift. No days off. I come from an era where no days off. You would never see Kobe act like he not applying pressure. He not giving effort. You never see Chris Paul act like he ain't playing his hardest today. Look at Russell Westbrook. You never see him act like I'm just going to be on 70% today. Nah. And again, this is coming off a game where Evan literally didn't show up. He was there, but not there. 30-something minutes, 7 points. Come on, man. Let's talk about the players who, when they do step on the court, they literally play with everything they got. And that's Chris Porter Jr. and Naquan Tomlin. Oh, my God. Let's talk about the guards. Okay, the guard play. Our guards are injured right now. The main 2 guards. DG, obviously, with the toe. No timetable. They're saying later on this month. Actually, they have him and Tyson coming back on the same day. We don't know. It's all every day is a different update to the injury report. So Garland is out, Tyson is out due to concussion, and with these 2 missing guards in the flow of the rotation, we've seen more play from Craig Porter Jr., more minutes. We've even seen the introduction to Naquan Tomlin, and I've been a big proponent of Naquan since Summer League, right? Since Summer League. I think he showed out in Summer League. Him, Tyson, CPJ, I think they all had a great Summer League season. Now, even though CPJ, they kind of pulled him out early because he had a little hamstring issue, I believe, or a little calf issue, I believe. But Naquan and Tyson got a great benefit of playing those big minutes. Also, Travers, right? I want to see him play a little bit more, okay? But that's beside the point. So, CPJ, Craig Porter Jr., he's playing about 17 minutes a game, right? And in my opinion, this is barely playing, right? I advocated for him on episode 1 or episode 2 where I said, at the time, I think he was getting about 9-8 minutes a game. And I'm like, Craig Porter got minimum, he should minimally be playing 18, 19 minutes. He's already proven that he is our best backup point guard. Now, why y'all ain't got Lonzo is beyond me, but that's cool. I'm cool with a trade because we traded Okoro for Lonzo, so I'm cool with that. That's a 1-for-1. I'm okay with that. And I can't say that, well, at least Okoro be at least he be healthy, because he don't be healthy either. So we traded one injury prone something for another injury prone something. And you think that when Ball is healthy, that him not being injured and him being healthy, his impact on the game weighs more than Okoro. So flip the table, right? Now, Ball is not playing. Garland is not playing, right? Ball is playing here and there. CPJ is getting more minutes. He was sharing minutes with Tyrese Proctor. Now he's getting more minutes than Tyrese Proctor, but I'm still an advocate of Chris Porter Jr. getting 20 plus minutes. The more minutes he plays, the more effective he is in the offense, and the stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. Tomlin should be playing more consistent minutes. Now, if you give Craig Porter Jr. them 24 minutes, what that mean? Whose minutes are getting cut if Craig Porter Jr. goes from 17 minutes to 24 minutes? Well, what that does mean is this. I'm sorry, Sam. I love Sam. But we got to figure out what Sam's real role is. We know he, like, they say, okay, he could pressure the defense from full court. He can, apply ball pressure. He gets over the screens really well. He fights through. He's good with chasing down the good shooters because he's a good shooter, so he knows how that goes. But what he lacks defensively is the very reason why Craig Porter Jr. need to be getting his ass and then getting in that gym, getting in more minutes. Period. Craig Porter Jr. about to be the third leading block person on our team. He's a guard. Stop it. Stop it. Craig Porter Jr. is a great ball handler, is an amazing defender. If people think Sam Merrill is a good defender, what is Craig Porter Jr. then? Great. So, yes, Sam Merrill jump shot, we cannot argue that. We cannot argue his threat beyond the arc. And he's dribbling the ball more. I appreciate that. But yesterday I watched him take the ball out, or he didn't take the ball out. Somebody took the ball out. He brought the ball up the court. Soon as he crossed over the half court line, he gave it to Mitchell. Right? But the problem with this is, though, y'all like, okay, that's what guards do, right? Get the ball up, get it to your main guard, get into the set, da-da-da-da. Here's the problem, though. What's the problem now? It took him a whole 7 seconds to get up the court. That's the same problem we had with Ty Jerome. When a pressure is being applied on the ball and he's dribbling, he can't break no pressure. He got a slow old man dribble through the glove. Oh, turn around, body, slow dribble through the lid, because he ain't got no speed. Now, I thought that if anything he was going to be working on was going to be his handles, because we know what his jump shot is. You already proved that. Get better in other areas, though. Improve in other areas, though. And that's why I'm advocating for Craig Porter Jr. to get more minutes. Mainly because he's a better ball handler and a better defender. Who gives a shit if he doesn't shoot as well? He can get to the basket. He can block a shot. He can rebound. How many steals and deflections is he? All right, y'all. Okay. When Chris, y'all, I'm about to get turned. When Craig Porter Jr. and Tomlin plays, the energy spikes, the ball moves, and the defense tightens. So Craig Porter Jr. and Tomlin, in my mind, Tomlin can take Larry Nance's minutes. I like Larry. Bye, Larry. Like you, though. Tomlin giving me something else. Giving me something, and Nance been doing well. It's just that when you got somebody who got that, he got that Anderson, Varejao, Tristan Thompson, hustle, hunger. He just, Delanova, y'all know what I'm talking about. We Cavs fans here. He got that energy, that hustle, that just, I'm out here. Give a fuck. Nobody know me. I don't care about that. You about to get to know me. Welcome. Okay? So CPJ and Tomlin, I think they are a great duo off our bench. And I can't wait to see Tyson reintroduced into that starting lineup alongside Donovan and Hunter. And then the next subs off the bench, I'm subbing in CPJ, Sam Merrill, and Tomlin. Then my next subs. because respectfully, CPJ can take some of Lonzo's minutes. Anytime Lonzo is not playing, I expect Craig Porter Jr. to have 25 plus minutes that game. And when he had 32 minutes the other night, what did he do? He's lit the stats up. The more he plays, the more impact he makes. This ain't rocket science. It just sounds like, to me, you need to play him more. Shout out to Tyrese Proctor, but respectfully, unless we playing a team that ain't really one of them, then he can get some minutes. But we shouldn't be running 11 deep. Yesterday we played 11 players, and I guess that's cool because Kenny Atkinson. But when you play 11 players, you rob the players that really can make an impact of actually making that impact. So instead of Craig Porter Jr. playing 22 minutes, 24 minutes, he's stuck at 17. Why? Because we got to spread the wealth with Tyrese Proctor. I like Tyrese too. But no, he got to sit down on his damn bench like every other rookie. Because this team is loaded with guards. And Craig Porter Jr., who been putting the work in for 3 seasons now. Allegedly, the bench said, or Kenny said, every metric I asked him to hit in the offseason, he's hit. So why you ain't giving him the minutes, man? Come on, man. Pay homage to the hustle. Pay homage to the grind. And show some love and some respect for Craig Porter Jr. Shout out to him and shout out to Naquan Tomlin. Okay, boom. What needs to change right now? Stop relying on Donovan Mitchell's miraculous bailouts. This ain't the government. Ain't no bailouts. Everybody got to put their work in. And we got to win this as a team. We seen it happen in 2016. When I mean everybody on that team contributed to that victory, to coming back from down 3-1, everybody from the starters to the very end of the bench contributed. That's how it needs to be. Define the offense without Garland. Right now, without him, we just don't know. We just don't know. We need more. We need more production, more threat with Mobley. We need more firepower, more assertiveness. We gotta let CPJ run the second unit. This is me. We gotta let him be our backup point guard and run that second unit. He has more rapport, way more rapport than Lonzo Ball. Now, yeah, Lonzo Ball got the experience, but he ain't got the experience with the Cavs. So what does his experience mean? With the Pelicans? That don't mean nothing here. Look at the Pelicans. What is they doing? Commit to playing Tomlin real minutes. I would like to see Tomlin play 12 to 15 minutes a game. We could see him in 3-minute spurts. And if there are injuries, I mean not injuries, but if there are foul trouble, we can see him play more because he could play a 3. He can come in for Hunter. He can come in for Mobley. He's big. He's long. Well, not big, wide, but he's tall. He's long, so he can play a combo position. Small forward, power forward, right? Even if there's a switch, I don't mind him switching off on the guard, and I don't mind him switching off on the big. He was checking Edie the other night. Yesterday on the switch. So what? Go ahead, man. Listen, I'm a guard. You think I ain't never been in the paint with some centers? Hold your own, hold your ground. Don't foul. Mobley must take ownership earlier in the games. We keep saying that. And the defense must be non-negotiable. We can't pick when we want to play defense, how many minutes we want to play defense. We can't pick that. We can't keep saying, okay, first quarter, we'll take it off, and then we go tighten all the way up in the fourth and come back and that. No. Too many straight line drives. Too much switching confusion. I feel like sometimes we don't know if we fighting over the switch. I've been saying this. Sometimes we are over the screen. Sometimes we don't know if we switching. Sometimes we don't know if we hedging. Sometimes we know we'll drop coverage. I mean, it's looking crazy. It's looking crazy. And apparently our assistant coach that got promoted, and I think he's coaching for Utah or somebody, wherever he at, that was our defensive, genius. What it sound like to me is we need to get another defensive minded. Now it's crazy because when you got the DPOY on your team, one would think that's the defensive mind one would think. But it sounds to me that even defensively, there are moments where even Evan Mobley, the DPOY, takes breaks. No. I ain't never met, y'all know who my favorite WNBA player is, Asia Wilson. I ain't never seen her since South Carolina take a possession off, take a game off. All I see her is an impact in the game on offensively and defensively. If her offense is off, you better know that motherfucking defense turned. Got to be the same for us. We got to find our identity before these damn Christmas. Y'all know we play on Christmas, right? If we get up on Christmas and get embarrassed, stop it. I'm going to be an unhappy camper, okay? This C going to stand for unhappy camper. Stop it. I'm dropping this in here again because this was my Cavs state of mind a couple days ago. This is when Garland came back to the team and then he re-injured. What did I say? Garland's presence restores calm. We were playing with trust again. Without Garland, sporadic. Mitchell's leadership is doing it by example, leading by example. He did the same thing in the fourth quarter, right? Leading by example. I said before, it's more than just you wanting it. You got to be aligned with it. It's more, everybody in the NBA want to win. But you got to do the shit that aligns with winning. Playing defense. Have a balanced attack. Not taking 57 threes. Stop, y'all. Bink, bink, stop. When we do that and when we lock in, we prove that when energy aligns, execution flows. And that's exactly what we did not prove yesterday. Okay? So here are our last 6 games, right? We beat the Hawks. We beat the Sixers. Had to come back for that. We blew out the Wizards. Okay? We beat the Bulls. Had to come back for that. Lost to the Heat, close game. Had to come back for that. Beat the Heat the second game. Had to come back from the Raptors. Lost. We tried to come back. Lost. And then had to come back from the to the Grizzlies, right? Won. I told y'all the comeback kids, the cardiac kids, whatever y'all want to call them, they a stressful bunch. And they ain't not about to get me. Okay? Tomorrow, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, you can't look at their record and be like, oh, they ain't that. They one game. We one game separation here. Okay? And every time we play Milwaukee, especially if Giannis plays, it's always a good chance that they can win. It's 50-50 for me. So I'm not looking at this matchup predictor. 73% they way. I mean, our way, 26% they way. It's a home game. So that's definitely going to give us a little bit of an edge. And we definitely want to win and keep that home court momentum and protect home court. But we got to do the work. We just not going to show up and wear our little orange sunset jerseys that I hate. I like the jersey, but I hate them in the same bit because we barely get sun this month. Come on, Cavaliers designers. Sunset jerseys. If we were in Miami, Oakland, you feel me? Utah, Arizona, something like that. Sunset in Cleveland? Okay, come on. Anywho, then we got the Rockets, Durantula. We got the Pacers. It's always a problem with the Pacers. Don't look at the record because that'll be the very game that we lose. The Clippers, don't look at the record because that y'all know James Harden just had a 40-point triple-double again. First Clipper to ever do it. Stop it. Then we got the Raptors again. Raptors has always been one of them teams for the Cavs. In history, it's always been one of them teams for the Cavs. We win some, we lose some. We win some, we lose some. Hopefully we win this one. It's again on the road. We'll see. We shall see. Then we go into Atlanta, and then we come back home and play the C's, the Celtics, okay? So these next few games are critical. Of course, I'm pretty sure, well, at least I hope. So if I had my eyes, I say we beat Milwaukee, lose to the Rockets, beat the Pacers, going down to the wire against the Clippers, going down to the wire again against the Raptors, beat Atlanta, a cup game on the road. So hopefully we beat them, okay? And then again coming back home and defending our home court against Boston, right? And they definitely, we definitely won't smoke with them because they beat us the last time. So we can't take 2 L's to no Jason Tatum, no Porzingis, no Holiday, Boston. No. No, no, no. We're not doing that, okay? This is where we are. This is what the East looks like. We got Detroit basketball. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to the Midwest. We got Detroit leading the conference on the East, 11-2 with an 84% win percentage. They out here looking like they on the West Coast because y'all know the top 5 teams in the West are, about 70% and higher in win percentage. Come on, man. So that's what Detroit on. Then you got New York and you got the Cavs. We practically tied, right? We both sitting at about 64, 66 win percentage. We in the 3rd slot right now. Again, it's very early off in the season. Then you have Toronto, that 4th seed, Atlanta, that 5th seed, and Philly, that 6th seed. But again, all these games and all these records, all the games matter because the records are just about a game in separation, right? So it's looking good. The benefit of us is that we are 3-0 in our division. 3-0, right? So that's kind of what our edge looks like. We have Detroit in our division. We have Atlanta in our division. So we also have Milwaukee Bucks in our division. So we play in the Milwaukee tomorrow. That's a game that we need to win. We cannot lose any divisional games, especially with these records being so tight. And the records are tight all the way down to the 7th seed. 2 games. To the 10th seed, 2 games. So we got to tighten up. We have to be clear, not only just on our roles individually as individual players from top down, from the number 1 starter to the number 15th person on the roster, but our clarity in the identity. Who are we? Are we a team that is known for finesse and shooting threes? Having inconsistency and unbalance in the offense? Or are we a team that's known for punching your lights out, knocking your head off, coming onto your court, imposing our will, defending our home court, killing the paint, taking over the glass? We getting beat on the glass. The last couple games, we starting to get a little bit closer, but defensive rebounding, every single game I talk about defensive rebounding. What's going on here? All these bigs, but I know what's going on here. Anybody boxing out? They think, especially with the NBA and men, they think if I'm just quicker, I can just get to the spot and jump. However, a lot of these shots and these rebounds are long threes because of what? Because people are shooting more threes and these rebounds are coming longer, which means everybody has to block out. You can't just run to the rim no more. You can't just run to the backboard no more. You got to box out. Do that. Let's practice that in practice, okay? That'd be nice. Here is my last statement. My Cavs state of mind. You feel me? Mitchell is unstoppable. Yes, he is, but he shouldn't have to be. He needs help. We said this the 1st season. We said this the 2nd season. We said this the 3rd season. Here we are now. Okay, come on, y'all. He need help. I love when J.A. shows up. I love the connection between Mitchell and J.A. when Mitchell was running on the fast break. He could have easily scored, but what he do? Dump it to J.A. Boom, easy bucket. And what does that do? That helps J.A. play harder, helps him run, make sure he's rim running, get the rebound. Oh, I'm going down there because now he's looking for the pass. So Mitchell needs more help. Hopefully we start to see more people step up, but then more consistency in the offense, more and a diverse and a balanced attack. So when he does get into a bind, he know, okay, I got a dish here, I got to open here. They're gonna knock it down. They're gonna do something smart with the ball. He gonna put some body on him. He's gonna get closer to the paint. He got to be confident in that. It's a reason why Kobe used to pass, and then some season he passed, and some season he didn't. When he wasn't confident in what was around him, ain't no passing going on. Ain't no passing going on. Same thing with Mobley. Same thing with Donovan. Okay. So and I respect that. If he's not confident in what you're gonna do with the ball, he's not passing it to you. Not just because you open now. No, I'm gonna go ahead and figure it out right for myself. Obviously, they have a lot of rapport, they have a lot of chemistry, so they've seen enough in practice to know that he can knock down that shot. So when he kicked the ball to Tyrese and Tyrese miss it, damn. Okay, you a rookie though, so I ain't mad, but damn. That's why some of these minutes, Craig Porter Jr. need to be there because I trust him more with making a shot or at least pump faking it and driving to the basket and trying to create something because he's a creator, right? Tyrese Proctor still ain't in his creation bag yet, and fortunately, that's what he did in college. He just got to tap into that a little bit more in the pros. Mobley got to stabilize, right? He's got to get his center back. Okay, his center back. He's got to get more aggressive in that paint, not doing all these fadeaways, not doing all these jumping to the sides and all that. Get your ass in that paint below that arc, below that little charge circle. Get down in there and get big. CPJ and Tomlin, they deserve consistent roles and consistent minutes, 20 plus minutes. Garland's absence magnifies the lack of structure on our offense right now. And from an offense that was so powerful last year, I'm a little disappointed. Okay. Right now, the Cavs need a clear identity and they need it fast. And I'm hoping that in the coming games, especially with Milwaukee, we start to fine tune that identity. You know what I mean? Put the affirmation identity on the refrigerator in everybody's house, in the locker room, this, that, and the third. We got to tap into that. And we got to lock into that. Okay. So again, I appreciate y'all for pulling up and checking out another episode of Cavs State of Mind. We'll be back here at Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST, recap the last game, give you my perspective, and then we could talk about what's to come in the future games. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed the content and y'all pulled up and support, like, share, and subscribe. Every time you pull up to For Your Lens, man, it's always love. It's always appreciative. And then again, anytime you engage with me, it helps with YouTube and with the algorithms, telling people where the latest Cavs conversation is on the net. Please, I appreciate y'all. Help us reach 500 subscribers so we can continue growing the channel, and I can continue giving y'all high level content, especially as it related to our dear Cavaliers. If y'all didn't know, a couple days ago, dropped the episode, did a live stream, her rules, tapping into the WNBA right now, tapping into a great conversation with Becky Hammond on Post Moves, starring Candace Parker and Aaliyah Boston. Phenomenal conversation. We did a live watch and recap live here on her rules. So tap in. We got a lot going on with For Your Lens, and I would love for everybody to get connected, stay connected. So when you pull up, hit that subscribe, and you'll always know when we go live. You heard? It's your girl Naja Lee. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all pull back up Wednesday at 6 p.m. and we gonna do this all over again. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Naja Lee. This is For Your Lens, and this is Cav State of Mind. Peace and freedom, y'all. See y'all